my name is Taylor Smith, aka the Career Coach, and today I'm talking about career fairs. So if you've ever asked yourself the question, what exactly is a career fair? What are the benefits of attending one? Then this video is dedicated to you. So keep on watching so that you can get all this information. So again, my name is Taylor Smith, aka the Career Coach, and I help college students and professionals get noticed by recruiters, stand out as a top candidate, and get offers for paid internships and full-time opportunities. If any of that resonates with you, then you are in the correct place, and let's go ahead and get back to our video. So what exactly is a career fair? For anyone who is unfamiliar, or maybe you learned about it a little bit from my video last week here, where I talk about 3 ways to search for jobs and mention career fairs being one of those ways. This is a great opportunity for you to network quickly and fast and hear about upcoming job opportunities and really sell yourself to companies without just having to rely on your resume. I think for traditional systems that we use, where you apply directly online, they see your resume, and if you don't qualify for all of the requirements, and sometimes you can get lost in the shuffle. So what I really like about career fairs is the fact that you get to have this face-to-face interaction with another human being, whether it is still virtual, you put your camera on, or in person, right? You're still getting to really sell yourself and give your really defend yourself and give more information that's just on the resume. Some people have a great resume but don't translate into the next steps because they don't know how to talk to people. So if you're really good at talking to people, then this is a great tool for you to use, especially if your resume may not be up to par or exactly what someone is looking for. This is a way for you to kind of get your foot in the door beforehand, and they still look at your resume, right? But you're able to defend yourself a little bit better at this stage, right? So this is why I really like career fairs and encourage these. But what are these? So these are usually a 1 or 2 day event that's hosted by different organizations and that have somewhere between 10 to 60 plus companies with individual booths where they have recruiters who are actively looking for people to fill these either open positions or soon to be open positions within their company. And just to reiterate again, I really like career fairs because these are talking about currently open or soon to be open positions. A lot of people like to talk about nepotism, right? They like to say no one is actually hiring, they're only looking for people that they actually know who may already be inside the company and they already know who's going to fill the position. This is more so just a formality. Or it may be people like to also say that people can only get in if they actually know somebody already in the company. That's just a matter of networking. We're not going to talk about that today, and I'm not going to deny that this doesn't happen because it definitely does, right? But this is the great thing about career fairs. This overcomes that, right? Companies are actually here because they are looking for a new, fresh talent. They're not trying to just look for people inside the company. That's not why they're there, right? So this is why career fairs are so great, because you know that they're actually looking for people outside their organization. They're looking for fresh new talent. So where can you find about different career fairs? So first and foremost, I would say that a lot of universities and colleges offer these. So if you're a college student and you're currently enrolled at a university or college, they're usually offering one in the spring and the fall semester. So make sure that you're visiting your company website or checking that student email, because they're probably already emailing you about this coming up, telling you what companies are going to attend, which we'll talk more about in the benefits. But this is definitely a great opportunity you need to take advantage of. Correct. So whether or not you actually attend a university or college, you can still usually attend these career fairs. I know that I went to Prairie View A&M University, which is in the Houston area. So a lot of students obviously attended our career fair, but we are also sister schools with College Station, Texas A&M, and also it's also like 30 to 45 minutes away. So a lot of people went to Texas A&M's career fair, talked to companies there. Then they also went to the Prairie View A&M University career fair. And then they even traveled out to Houston, which is another 30 to 45 minutes away. And they actually attended the University of Houston's career fair as well. So if you're fortunate enough to live in an area where you have a lot of local colleges and universities and you're able to do that, then that's definitely an option that you can take advantage of. Although it will require some kind of registration fee, which we'll talk about a little bit more here, but this is definitely something that you can take advantage of, and it's going to be a good opportunity for you because you can talk to several different companies in the matter of just a few weeks, if not with all within the same week. So that's great. You can't get better than that at networking. In addition to that, there's also attending different professional organizations. So there are usually professional organizations for every field that you could possibly think of. Being in engineering, right? That's my background. There are different organizations for every single engineering discipline, whether you're mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, chemical, on and on. The list goes on, literally. And even within that, they even have even smaller organizations. Like there's one specifically called Nobache, which is specifically focused on Black chemical engineers and chemists. In addition to that, there's also different organizations based off of your demographics. So if you are a woman of African American or Black ancestry, whatever you want to call it, if you are Hispanic or Latino, if you are Asian Pacific, there are so many different organizations that will benefit you and are actually looking out for you. And the other good thing about this is when these companies and recruiters come out to these career fairs, you know that they're specifically looking for people within this demographic. So I used to be very involved, well, still kind of am, with the National Society of Black Engineers, NSBE. This is an organization that hires, of course, Black engineers. So all the company representatives who are coming to these NSBE events, they're specifically looking for Black engineers, right? This said, that doesn't mean that these organizations are exclusive, right? They still allow people of different backgrounds, whether a different major or a different ethnicity. You can still attend these fairs and still network and talk to these recruiters at these career fairs. So you definitely want to look into that, whether you are in engineering like me, or maybe you have a finance, you have a business background, maybe you have a background that's in agriculture, biology, nursing, what have you. There are different organizations that cater to you as the audience. So go ahead and research those online. And I promise you there's some kind of professional organization out there that has some kind of convention or conference, whether it's annual or semi-annual, where they're having twice a year, they're having maybe 3 times a year, whether it's on the regional or national level. You can definitely look into this and see what opportunities lie there. Some of these are virtual as well as in person, so definitely worth looking into. And lastly, there may also just be a career fair or some kind of job fair within your local community. That might be at the community center, it might be at some kind of library, event center, what have you, but you can also look up on your website within your specific city, community, etc., or just search on Google to see what opportunities exist within your area. So registration fees, like I mentioned this, a lot of career fairs do have some kind of cost associated with it. If you're currently a student at a local university or college, like I mentioned, usually these career fairs are free for you. If you're able to go to a sister school, like I mentioned, some students going from PV to Texas A&M, I think it may still be free because it's within the Texas A&M education system. You will have to double check me and fact check me to confirm that. But either way, there may be some kind of discounted price that you can have to attend these. Also, worth noting, if you don't actually go to the university, but maybe you were a graduate or maybe you didn't even attend this university at all, like I mentioned with the U of H example, you can still apply and register to go to these career fairs. You just may need to confirm the details with the career services team, but usually you are still able to attend even if you don't currently go to that university. That said, registration fees. So registration fees, they vary, right, from organization to organization. Some of them can be a little bit costly, but think of it this way. There are so many advantages to attending career fairs. How are you going to get this much exposure, connect with this many people within a matter of hours or within even a 2-day span? And we'll talk more about the advantages here soon, all the benefits. But it may be worth considering that. What am I actually getting by paying this small fee for me to get a job opportunity that's going to pay me $60K, $80K, $100K, etc., right? So these are things that you really want to consider and think about when you are considering if it's worth me paying for a career fair, right? In addition to that, there are some virtual options as well. So I know there's more that goes into registration fees. That's just trying to get into the actual convention, the center, etc. But there are also other things that you have to consider as well. If you're traveling out of state, then this may include lodging, right? This may include travel, whether that's a flight or, driving across the country, the state, what have you, because you don't live locally and it does require some kind of transportation fee, etc. So these are definitely things that you need to consider to make the best decision for you. However, if there are virtual options in order to attend some of these career fairs, then that may be something you may also consider and look into. Also worth noting, you can get people to sponsor you, right? Fundraising definitely exists. So a lot of these organizations that are professional, that are engineering related, like I mentioned, some of them actually have chapters at the local university or college, and they have some kind of fundraising program where you are actually able to participate in all these different activities and, do some kind of fundraising like community service, but that way your ticket gets paid for, or they have some kind of discounted rate for you to attend much cheaper than if you were to travel by yourself or with a group of friends. So these are definitely things to consider. Even if not that, maybe you don't have those resources at the touch of your fingertips, maybe you're really just trying to do this on your own, you can still potentially get people to sponsor you. So whether that's a relative, someone in your family, maybe it's a mentor, possibly even a coach, someone that you know personally, you can ask them to help sponsor you for this event, because it's going to help you grow as a professional and help you find some kind of opportunity for yourself. You can also even create a GoFundMe. You can do your own kind of personal fundraising. If you like to make cupcakes and stuff like that, maybe you can do some kind of little bake-off, or you can still sell food or something like that to help pay for you to attend this event, right? Of course, if you do all this work, you want to make sure that you're actually investing in yourself and putting in the work to make sure that you are the absolute best candidate. And that's why next week I'm creating a video where I'm going to talk about a career fair checklist, and I'm going to talk about all the things that you need to do in advance to help properly prepare for the career fair and put you in the best position so that you are the best candidate for these companies while talking to them. So make sure that you check out that video, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss that and you can stay tuned. Alrighty, so what are the benefits of actually attending a career fair? So first and foremost, you are able to get a list of all the companies that are going to be in attendance. So whether it's 10 to 60, you have this information already. So that this is going to help you when you complete some of your research, which again, I talk about in my next video next week, where I talk about this career fair prep checklist. But this allows you to do your homework before, really understand who's going to be there, and also create a plan on who you're going to talk to. Secondly, this also gives you the opportunity to usually apply to some of these positions beforehand. So a lot of these different registration fees include this platform that allows you to go in, log in, and actually not only see the list of companies that are going to be there, but also have access to all the companies' direct websites and actually be able to apply to some of these open positions beforehand, get to read some of the descriptions beforehand, really understand what is it that they have available, what's open, what's going to be open, what they're looking for as far as desired characteristics, etc. So this is a big pro because this kind of helps you a little bit more during that prep time before getting ready for the career fair, and it also gives you just more insight in deciding if this is something that you really want to do. And then also the last advantage there is that you have this resume data bank usually. So a lot of these organizations, again, they have this interface system where you're able to upload and submit your resume well before the career fair, whether it's a couple days before or possibly even weeks before, 1 week, whatever. So that said, you definitely want to take advantage of this. You don't want to procrastinate and wait until the last minute to prep for this career fair. You want to make sure that you actually have your resume completed beforehand and you can submit it as early as possible. And the reason I say this is because of this resume database, whatever. So basically what these companies get, this is an advantage to them, they get access to all of these students, professionals, people's resumes before the career fair starts, and they can actually start scanning and looking at these to see, who would be a great candidate, who is already a great fit for our company, and we're already interested in talking to them and progressing to next steps and booking an interview before you even talk to anyone at the career fair, right? This is basically like applying directly online, right? But not actually applying. Someone just seeing your resume and saying, oh my God, Taylor Smith, this girl, she seems amazing. She'd be a great fit. Let's go ahead and interview. And this has even personally happened for me, companies that I weren't even interested in. I just submitted my resume into the Databank because I was on the regional board for this organization, and I actually wasn't looking for a job. I already had one. But companies were reaching out to me and wanting to schedule these interviews with me, even though I didn't apply online. So that is a big, huge pro from this, because you are actually already securing an interview slot before the career fair even starts. So you can do that same day, or you may even be able to do it beforehand, do it virtually, over the phone, what have you. So this is going to be a great benefit for you. This also allows you to get ahead of everyone else, right? This allows you to secure your spot. Potentially, if there's only a limited slot or positions available, this can allow you to kind of progress with the process a little bit faster than everyone else and get an edge. And again, think about it. A lot of people are going to procrastinate because that's just what we naturally do. If you don't have to submit your resume beforehand, they're just going to go talk to the company recruiters the day of the fair. But if you're only a small percent, 10%, 5%, even 20%, what have you, that actually submit it weeks in advance or days in advance, this is even a smaller pool of people that is going to impress companies up front. So this is a huge advantage you need to take advantage of. I said advantage twice, but this is a great benefit that I personally recommend, and why I definitely encourage people to attend career fairs. Also worth noting, if you're going to have a resume that's going to help you get stand out and called for an interview before actually talking to anyone at the career fair, you want to make sure that you are actually appealing to what recruiters are looking for. So here you can check out this video that I have that's about the perfect resume, basically what you can do to appeal to company recruiters and help you get noticed by them so that you can advance to next steps within this resume databank, or also just doing direct applications online. The last benefit of attending career fairs is that you get to grow your network. So whether you get an offer or not, you just connected with 10 to 60 new people, right? Whether you talk to all these companies or not, what have you, you still got to connect and meet with all these different people. Maybe you really hit it off with some people and they gave you their contact information, or maybe you connected with them on LinkedIn, or maybe, I don't really know, but the point is you can build your network here. These are connections that you could potentially talk to in the future. Maybe you didn't get a job this time, but maybe you can connect with that person and you can get a job 5 years from now. Or maybe you can connect with that person and they can help you learn more about the company simply by following them on LinkedIn and seeing some of the things that they post. Or maybe that'll help introduce you to other people that they work with in their company, or people that they know outside their company, what have you. That's what networking is all about, getting to connect with other people, learn from them, and grow. At career fairs, you aren't going to get every opportunity that you seek. That's just given, right? But you may actually get to learn about more companies that you never even knew existed, right? You can talk to some of these company representatives, of course, do your elevator pitch, but they'll be able to give you more information about what their company does, and it may ring some bells and be interesting to you. I also encourage people to kind of talk to companies you may not be interested in at first, which I'll talk about in this video next week. But companies you're not really interested in. For example, I'm an engineer. I talked to some of the people at the post office because that's not something I initially wanted to do as a chemical engineer, but I just wanted to get some of my nerves out. And I even actually progressed to next steps and got an interview with them, even though I wasn't really trying. I was trying, but I wasn't trying to impress them. I was just trying to get my elevator pitch together before talking to the companies I was actually interested in. So, you know, what if I changed my whole perspective? I did the interview and then I said, oh, actually, this is something that I really wanted to do. You know, you never know where you might end up. And so that's why networking is so important. Networking is so great. It's so convenient. So this is another benefit or pro from attending career fairs, because you never know who you might meet and how they may help you either now or within the future. Alrighty guys, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it or if you learned something new, make sure to like or subscribe. You can check out these 2 videos over here if you want to learn more about professional development. If you want to get more information to free tips, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at tips_by_Taylor. I will have some upcoming boot camps here soon. Well, all that said, happy job hunting, y'all. Best of luck to you, and I will see you guys soon.